This is my workflow for using affiliate offers, and I use this where I scrape basically Muncheye.com, which has, if you don't know what Muncheye.com is, worth having a visit, but it's where most people will list their affiliate offers for websites like Warriorplus, Jvzoo, some ClickBank on there as well, and other lesser known platforms. So it's a really helpful workflow for me that I've sort of pieced together from various videos and ideas and tutorials, posts, for how to quickly get out videos or affiliate emails, etc. Now I'm going to show you just obviously part of that step, which is how I integrate Airtable into that. And basically I use two programs in doing this. I use this scraper, okay, which is what is this called? Is it Pulse Hub? I can't remember what it's actually called. You probably know it. You've probably come across it. Give me a second. There we go. It's called Parsi Hub. Okay, I had Pulse Hub in my mind, and I couldn't get that out. I can't remember what it was actually called. So with Parsi Hub, let's close that a second. You can set up projects, and you can basically scrape a project. So this is the one I've got. Obviously, Muncheye project. Let's have a quick look at this, so you get an idea of what it is, and and you can try and maybe build that a similar sort of scraper yourself that you can use if you find this whole process quite helpful. Okay, so you can still see the process that it will go through here. I'm not going to go through each step because that would be really boring. But there are loads of tutorials online if you need to build something like this. But basically, it's going to find all these offers here. Then we'll automatically click on them and take out certain parameters that I've asked it to scrape. Okay. So that's the background of where I get the scraping and the sort of information and the data that I need to then put into Airtable, which I'll show you now. Okay, so this is what I run last night. I left it running overnight, and it basically will scrape 200 pages for free. So at the moment, I'm having to do this round about every sort of week or so just to make sure I keep things updated. I guess I could pay for it eventually, but I'm just sort of testing the whole process at the moment. And it's working quite well though, so it may be worth my time to do it. I've not really discovered a way yet where he can sort of automatically sync it. I did try to use sort of RSS feed, and that's just too cumbersome. So if there's a way of automatically doing this, that'd be great. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and really make a comment. If you know a way of doing this, of automatically updating it, then please share that. That'd be great. And any other comments that you want to make, any ways that I could improve this, and other people reading those comments can use those tips and tricks as well. It'd be great if you commented. Yeah, so let's click on this, and what I'm going to do is import this into Airtable and show you how I've set all that. Okay, so this is my Airtable, and I've been playing around with Airtable for about a month and a half now, and when I've known about it for years, but when I sort of decided to really go for it, stuff you can do is absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, it's definitely worth the learning curve that is Airtable, because it'll save you ultimately long term so much time with projects. So if I show you these, obviously these are what each individual offer that is scraped from Muncheye. And what I do, I'm not interested in Jvzoo or anything, I'm really focusing on Warriorplus at the moment. So I use various filters. So I put this filter in here. I'm not interested in PLR products, so I put that in there as well. Let's filter those things out. It's not perfect, because maybe some people will describe PLR projects in different ways, but you can sort of filter out quite a lot, and that just saves time. I've sorted out by launch date and other cards that you can use as well as, so this is one view, which I'll go through in more detail in a second, but other views that you can have is like a calendar view, which can be quite helpful, of course, if you if you go through and you use your calendar. You can have a gallery view, which I haven't really used. I've just sort of put it there just to, as I'm playing around with this. It's a bit too much like information for me. This sort of more like a Trello type of board as well, which is quite helpful. So I haven't really used that properly, but I think I could probably utilize that a bit more when I have time to play with that. I think that might be quite a nice view to have as well. But at the moment, I just sort of stick to the main grid view. Okay, and then you can sort of filter out, say if I've not been approved, for example, so this one here, I could sort of filter that out, take that out as well, just to clean up the view a bit more. If I've already put in a request, for example, if I'm going through and requesting lots and lots of offers, I could just filter out all the requested ones so I don't have to look at those again. That's quite helpful. So there's different views that you can have, different ways of sorting it. If you want to, say, if you really want to focus on a particular, I've called them authors here, but then, developers, whatever. Say you can filter, you can sort of take everything else out and stuff like that. So you get the drift. There's lots of options that you can do. So if we have a quick look at, say, let's look at this one here that I did the other day. It's a bit slow because I'm recording as well as looking at this. I need to upgrade my computer at some point. So some of this is scrapes automatically. Some of it I put in myself. So you can sort of see. Again, I sort of feel as though I need to clean this up a little bit. There's a bit too much. It's a bit messy at the moment, but you can basically sort of see here the product JV page, if that's available. That's scraped. Network page link, affiliate link that I need to sort of take off. So I could probably take that out. JV doc as well. That sometimes scrapes that automatically, or I just add it if I look at the page and there's a link to the JV doc, I'll just put that in very quickly just so I've got that information. Obviously the author, this is really helpful as well because you can sort of, like, as I say, you can filter by author. Product name, takes that. These two things are quite helpful. No, I'll show that in a second. Launch date obviously is really important. If I've sent this is what I put in myself. If I've sent a request, if it's got approved, if I've done a video, if I've done a blog post, if I've done an email out. So that is, ultimately what I want to get. I'll put the YouTube link in there. I haven't really done that. I haven't kept that up to date, but it's, it's helpful. I guess under there I could also have blog link as well if I really wanted to keep an accurate record. My affiliate link, of course, that's an important one. My bonus pages as well. And this one is the fun bit. So what this does, this is I don't know, just going to let me show you this. Okay, so it's a formula that I managed to piece together. Oh, excuse me. This is a formula I managed to piece together, which you can sort of see the code here. It says hi, and then it has the author, Paul here, and basically you sort of see how it looks here. So it automatically scrapes the name. I always take that out. I always do the first name. It just sounds a bit like fake if you have, hello, Paul Tilley from moojelly. Just doesn't sound right. Hello, Paul. Paul here. I'd like to promote. Messed it up a little bit there. Look, you can see this, so I need to edit that. But anyway, it says, I'd like to promote, and it puts the product, automatically puts the product name from there. There, I have a blog on a small list. Thanks. Now, I'm probably going to expand that a little bit more. I think I want to put something like, I have a blog on a small list, a regular YouTube channel. Check it out here if you want to. And it automatically does that, so I can literally just copy and paste that straight into the request form. Okay. And I think that's pretty much all I need to do to be able to do this quite quickly. So what I tend to do is just to come in, filter the dates. I'll do sort of maybe a batch of 5 or so in one go, a couple of times a week or something like that. Get that out there, and then once I get approved, I'll put all the other information in. I'll leave it like maybe a day or so, come back. Often I'll have 3 or 4 approved, put them in there, and then I can just sort of bash them out. The way that you'd import the data, you just go to add or import here, create a, so you do source from CSV, so you download your CSV file from Party Hub. Let's try that again, maybe I think I missed it. Okay, yeah, so click on import CSV. Obviously then you would get your file. Upload it. All you want to do is create a new table. Just check that. So yeah, I don't know, where do you want to import it? I could import it actually to my vendor table, but I'm a bit worried that I'm just going to overwrite all the data. So I'm going to actually create a new table. So you can see here all the options that you have for importing, and this can look really confusing if you've not done this before. So these are like drop downs. So some of these you want to change to some of them you don't want to import, and some of them you want to import as URLs, not drop downs. What I'll do, I'll just go and clean this up now. I'll pause a second, I'll clean this up now and then show you what I've done after I've done it, or else it's going to take ages for you to just watch me clean this data up, which would be really... Okay, I'm back. For you it's been like a second, for me it's been about 10 minutes. So what I decided to do was I thought it was more sensible to basically make a copy of the table. So I made a copy here in the background, you see, copy there. And then I imported the CSV file, and it basically imported it in a really messy way. And what you have to do sort of clean up is basically tell Airtable what it corresponds to, if you know what I mean. So, you know, if it's got this URL here, it corresponds to the product's URL. And the way that you do that is you go to map fields, and you basically say, you know, like the product name there, that's the name of that column, is you line it up with the product name from your CSV file. Now some of this stuff doesn't, it tried to put data in, say, video link, for example. Of course that's just my own link that I input, so you just turn that off. I just pointed to the screen and realised you can't see me pointing, so it's pointless, I have to point the mouse. You just turn it off there, okay? So you make sure it's all aligned properly. You don't the first row, exclude the first row, and let's see if it imported correctly. So let's see what happens. While it's doing that, please like this video if you're finding it helpful or interesting, or even if you're not finding it helpful or interesting, maybe you find it really boring, still like it anyway. That'd be really nice. Subscribe, because I'm going to try and put lots of at least weekly, I love to do daily, but you know, life, weekly, just put in tips and tricks and videos that are helpful. So please subscribe, that'd be really great. I'm really trying to get to that 1,000 mark. Hit the bell as well, but more importantly, please comment if there's anything that you think I've missed out or need to add. I could do another update to this video, and yeah, maybe make sure you watch the end, because I'm gonna throw in a freebie. Yeah, it'd be great to hear from you anyway. So here we go. We've imported all these files. Not sure how many we've got. And I'm not also sure if it's probably not updated the old files. So I don't think, it would have updated there. So that's going to be something I have to clean up. So it's not an ideal system, as you can see. But once you've done this work, I mean, you could do this in 5 minutes. You really could. For the next 2 weeks or something, you can just it just saves so much time. I used to do the old, the way that I sort of learnt off John O. Armstrong was basically, you get your Google Calendar and then you copy paste everything in, and it's just like, oh man, it was a killer. This is just so much quicker. Okay. So what I do need to do is to clean up a few things. That's fine. And the other thing, I can see some names here that I recognize. What I can do is make a separate chart, create a separate chart which would look at the names, and I can see any particular, I call them authors, creators that I really like to work with, and that's really good. So like I could search here for Dawid. I'm sure Dawid's always got, he's always got something going on. It's not coming up. Oh, here we go. Free of his products. Where is he? So there, Dawid's got something going on there. No, that's an old one. Okay, it's an old one. Anyway, so that's really helpful. The other thing I wanted to show you is you can do various automations as well. If you want to really knock it up to the next level, I haven't played around with automations yet, but I feel as though there's lots of stuff I could do here that would really help me. I could also obviously link Airtable to other programs as well and have some sort of automations going on. Again, I feel as though there's lots I could do there, but again, it's having the time. And you can also do interfaces as well, where you can just have a graph. So for example, if you really like numbers, if you want to say, this week, I got approved for 10 products, for example. You can have lots of interfaces there, which is really helpful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link to this Airtable. Well, it's going to be a template. I'm going to do a copy because I just don't want to get messed up. So you can have a look at this yourself and create your own. I've not seen a way yet where you can have it as a template. If I can find that, I will throw that in there as well. But at least you can sort of pull it apart and make your own. And by making your own, you also learn more about how Airtable works. And you can obviously put stuff in there that you would prefer, or maybe stuff here that is not helpful for you. Maybe you don't have a blog, for example, so you're not interested in that. I'm also going to put the template that I use for Parsi Hub as well, so you can import that and you can scrape Muncheye yourself. I'll put the link below this video or somewhere around this video, so make sure you download that, and hopefully that's helpful. If nothing else, you can sort of see the power of Airtable and how you could use that in your own business. Even if this sort of stuff is not relevant to the way that you run your business, maybe you don't even do affiliate marketing, something like Airtable is so powerful for so many different things. I absolutely love it, and I use it pretty much every day now in two of my sort of areas of my work life. I hope that's helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. I really love you to comment. That's why I'm really interested in where people are at, how they implement this sort of stuff. My name is Paul Tilley from moojelly.com. Thank you very much for watching.